Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dead Cells, the game where we sneak upstairs for a little fresh cup of coffee before we start recording the next episode. Especially considering we're taking on the incomplete one here with an incomplete synergy. Relatively incomplete. We're working on either burning or bleeding, right? It's just we can't seem to make up our mind which way we want to go with it. And our damage maybe, or our run, may be paying the price in the long run. We're focusing on brutality though, that's the stated goal, but if we're focusing on brutality, I usually would like to have some kind of I've screwed that up because this turret does extra damage against burning targets. And I totally missed the burn. There, get burnt. Yeah, look at him chew through him now. That's nice. I'd like to have a melee weapon. I've been thinking a lot off camera because my last recording here was not the most coherent thought processes. Again, an itchy nose. I don't know what it is. It's this game somehow. Yeah, my commentary was suffering because I was trying to think and trying to talk too much about the game, and I'm trying to think. And now I'm gonna die. If I die here, oh my. And trying to think too much about the game, I think. And what I was trying to talk about with different kinds of runs, focusing on different builds, different scroll allocations, and there we go. That was close. Speed running versus, fast-paced, non-combative versus combative runs. And yeah, we missed it by 21 seconds. Jeez. Now, we can kind of build, and this is another good point too here, actually. Except this will only last for so long, yeah, so that's stupid. Don't listen to me. I thought we could kind of pick our weapons here, which we can for now when we have enough cells. We're going to get a whole bunch of weapons thrown at us here right now. Like this one would be great to do because it would give us damage against bleeding. But we can't do it again. I'm not going to think about it too much because it is only a one-off thing. That being said, I am going to take my blood sword right now. Build on my blood. The torch. Hopefully some of this will make the next runs that much easier for us. Throw a couple of skills. I love grenades so much. I always roll grenades. Let's upgrade our cluster bomb. Oh, look at this. This is nice. More bleed. Burn. Do I have anything that's already dealing burn damage bonus? 382, 348, 382 plus the bleed. Viscera explodes. I'll try it. I don't really like the animation. I find this is too long, the animation on the blood sword. But we'll give it a shot. We've maxed out our mutations, haven't we? Yeah, okay. So we're going to try and roll. I already sold them, so it doesn't matter. Dang. I can go up here, but I don't know. This is what... I gotta learn what all this means. The Slumbering Sanctuary, that's the boss, I think. We're going to roll the Fog Fjord. I want scrolls. I want to build on this. I want to throw a hole. I want to get that brutality up into double digits. I don't know if I've had any skill. I'm certainly not going to go back and look through the videos to check, but I am curious, genuinely curious, whether or not I've ever had any skill actually make it over into double digits. And I think that is one of my biggest problems is spreading out the skills too much. I'm so paranoid about not having enough HP that I think I'm lacking in, I end up lacking in just straight killing power by the time it comes to the assassin. And that may be true, that may be not true, I don't know. We shall see. Oh, that was the most botched grenade of the century right there. But yeah, we're going to stop talking about Dead Cells. The one thing you do, one rule, is you don't talk about the game you're playing. That's my number one rule for life. And I don't follow it all the time, and you can hang me for that. We'll drift back in when it comes to extra damage on bleeding. We'll come back in when it comes times like this where we want to make a decision. We'll work through our thought. We'll work through our thought process in a situation like that. But there's so much else to talk about in the world that it just seems silly to spend all this time talking about Dead Cells runs. For instance, my favorite go-to to start conversation is the weather. Yeah, we're gonna roll it into brutality, man. And the weather here, I think last time we had a weather check. That could be a recurring segment, right? Do a weather check every few videos, every session. And in our last session, we had just had this random snowstorm kind of come out of nowhere that really, really aggravated me. Why am I going that way? I'm not pushing that button. Yeah, we had a snowstorm, a sudden snowstorm that really caught me off guard and really aggravated me because it was just brutality +2. Let's take it. Because it came out of nowhere. You know, the snow that comes out of nowhere, it serves no purpose. It's not enough to go do anything in the snow. It just makes everything wet and gross, and then everything starts to melt, and it gets wet and gross again. It's just, yeah, it bothers me. It's all starting to go now, and of course, my once dry driveway is now once again turning into like this cesspool of slushy, dirty, muddy mud and slush that's dirty and aggravating. But it should dry. We're supposed to have like double digit above zero in the double digits over the next few days. So it should go fast. We should be back to dry driveways, dry streets. I think I've said before, my favorite thing about spring, my favorite indicator that spring is here is often, look at that. I think we've got a blood synergy brewing here, boys. Oh, we can't take both of these though, dummy. Okay, Blood Sword 4. This is exactly the same. Except it's... Oh yeah, it is exactly the same. One enemy burns when they die, and one... Oh, that could be... Swarm of biters. You know, we might start rolling bleed. I'm gonna take this. We're gonna try to start rolling bleed. That fire grenade has been around with us for a long time, so we're gonna start to make that change over to bleed here. Yeah. I had said Black Bridge, you should have your synergy, and we're close to that. We're gonna roll this in tactics for the cooldowns. That knife. Oh, that's a brutality. It's a mix. The knife storm is a mix of brutality and tactics. But with our mutation, it should still... Holy jeez. With our mutation, it should still benefit from the tactics play. Right? The cooldown should benefit. The damage isn't going to benefit from the tactics play, but the cooldown mutation should still be affected. It's kind of a neat thing. I like that. I wish it was clearer on how it got applied. Like, it seems like the numbers don't always change, and here I am talking about Dead Cells again. But it seems like the numbers don't always change on the mutations when you pick to upgrade the appropriate scroll. And discouraging because I like to know what's going on. Tactics. 54%. Okay, that's good. We have two tactic things that will benefit from the damage. But I do want to get that brutality into double digits, and there we are, kind of flirting on the edge of double digits again. So the next scroll is definitely going into brutality, assuming we have the option. Oh, I like that. That's so good. I like the knife storm a lot too. I don't think the knife storm gets enough respect, but yeah, my favorite thing of spring, sign that spring is here, and favorite part of spring being here is when the roads are bare and dry, but there's still snowbanks, right? There might be some burning target. We gave away our burning synergy. I don't think the death orb rolls well as a synergy weapon, though. There's another thing we could try, right? Is doing a synergy-less run, where we just optimize straight DPS as best as possible, which oftentimes includes incorporating a synergy, but I don't know. There could be something there. Could be something there. Who knows, right? Well, I know who knows. Better players than me know. What is on me? What the hell was that? He was able to sneak right in there? That doesn't seem fair. Oh, yeah, I could see that one coming. I always... if I'm just staring down those leaper guys preparing to leap, I'm just staring at them, I can usually time it pretty good. But when I'm doing other things, it always seems that they catch me by surprise. They take so much longer, or they seem to take so much longer than I would have originally thought. These biters are giving me a hard time for some reason. Very odd. But yeah, so with the warm weather, we should be working on that. I'm hoping to get away this weekend too. Maybe I'll have some good stories about time out in the great wilderness this weekend. That's the dream, anyway. Holy jeez, these guys are wrecking me today. I don't know. I don't usually have that trouble against biters. They're not that complicated. I like when the knife storm is able to pierce. This one doesn't seem to be piercing. Yeah, we're going to keep our eyes open for weapons that do extra damage against bleed too, because this is just not cutting the old mustard. The clock tower, is that where we're at now? Seems like this went fast. And I'm not in double digits, am I? No, I'm not. There's got to be something else out here. I'm hoping there's another scroll over here. There's this little tiny area right here. To the right and up, there could be a scroll buried in here somewhere. Hopefully. Oh no, looks like there was one right here. Shoot. Yeah, those biters aren't giving me trouble. It's the other ones that are... Oh, there is another scroll. Nice. I was thinking there might be, you know, something didn't quite add up. Oh, please. What is that nonsense? How did he hit me through the wall? I can't hit through walls. Brutality, double-digit brutality. Here we go. There you go. Although now we're pretty evenly split, actually, between tactics and brutality, so I hope this wasn't... Holy jeez, where did that come from? I didn't even see him there. The treasure item. I'm out of heals and I'm almost dead. Get swarmed. Take this excruciatingly slow now. Whew. Get bit. Bit by the swarm. Oh, it's a cursed chest. What an absolute waste of my time. Why did I think this was a shop? Well, what do we do? I mean, the level's over, right? We're going to the clock tower. I can't really... Would have loved to have taken it, but... There's what there? Oh, you know what? And we're so low on health anyway. Let's give it a shot. Let's live dangerously. Let's be rebels. Let's be bad. Let's just do it. Quiet around here too. Items aren't usually that good out of here, but what is this? Oh, I know this is a scroll. This wasn't what I was talking about. There's so much extra damage on all this stuff. Okay. We're taking extra damage. We do damage on a bleeding... Oh no, it does damage on a bleeding target. Might be good to replace this with, you know. Let's try it. I mean, we're one-hit death anyway in so many ways right now that I don't think it really matters. But if we can do... what is the cooldown on this? Oh, 7 seconds. They're coming due at the same time anyway. But we can do something like this. That. Get sucked in there. Do a bunch of damage. What are we down to now? Yeah, that took out 4. Nothing can really escape the void there, eh? Whew, that was kind of close. I don't think those biters count. Curse has been lifted. That's always nice. Yeah, magnetic grenade. I don't really use them very much. I prefer the cluster bomb. But that magnetic grenade is pretty good. Okay, I'm satisfied. We can move on. What's the time? We're at 17 minutes. We'll start checking out the clock tower. We'll see what it's got going on. We're going to continue to focus brutality. There's got to be a formula, I bet. Like you do 2, then you do 1 on your, you pick your primary. So if going left to right, say brutality is our focus with the tactics secondary. You take your, why is this 1 hit and you're dead? I want to see this. What is the advantage here? Is it huge damage? It's 2,000 damage. That's pretty significant. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. Yeah, so you do 2 in your primary, being brutality, then do 1 in your secondary, then 1 in your last one, which would be survival. Then you come around and you repeat the process. You do 2, you do 1, but then you skip the survival. Then you come around and you do 2, you do 1, and then you hit the survival up again. How many is that? That's like... Plus you gotta throw in there, account for the fact that you don't always get to choose from all 3. Throw into the fact that some of the amulets give you plus something. Sometimes they give you +1 on 2 different skills. Who knows, right? I never saw this before. Oh, what is this now? Damage on a burning or a bleeding. But this is meant for a burn synergy. I'm sure of it. We're taking 20% damage with this thing. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We don't have the HP to support that at all. We should be able to... Oh, I gotta go out in the garage too. I got a lot to do today. I have to do the recording. I'm out. The backlog is gone for... The backlog is gone. Holy jeez, he beat me. For animation videos and Dead Cells videos. So I have to record to carry me into next week before I can sit down and record again. I gotta go in the garage. I got some stuff to do out there. I've got no work to do yet though. That's good. It's not good because it means I'm also not making money, but it's good for my timing anyway. What are these little buggers gonna do? They don't come down here until I aggro them, right? Then they'll phase to me. I've had success on the clock. I don't find it that hard of a level. The enemies are easy enough to understand their patterns that I don't really get into trouble with it on this level. As long as I can find the as long as I can find the way that I'm going and maybe not jump directly into spikes, I'm usually fine. Try to clear one pillar at a time. It's been a long time since we've thrown anything in survival. I need the HP. Let's do it. The cooldowns might have been nice, but I think it speaks to the game though. And there's so many different ways you can go. Like you can spread your mutations, you can cluster your mutations, you can spread your scrolls, you can cluster your scrolls. You got all kinds of chances to build all kinds of synergies throughout the entire run. You've got all kinds of different paths. There's the choice in this game. It's almost too much. But of course, I mean, I don't believe that. But I mean, I could see the case, someone trying to make the case for it being too much choice. It's overwhelming at times. And that's a valid criticism. I don't share it, but I think it's great to have all this choice. For me, anyway, it's just the way that I play. I love to have, I love to be able to start a run, being handed all this bleed stuff, and then partway through, just be handed, oh, here's a great torch with a, holy jeez, here's a great torch with a sword that does 175 extra damage against burning. Have fun. You're like, okay, I will. I know I'm dead. Oh boy, what a way to end the video. That's unfortunate. We had him too. He was basically gone. Jeez, that's really frustrating. Too bad. So we focused brutality there. It didn't really work out for us, did it? Mind you, I mean, we never really picked a good synergy. What are we gonna do on this one? These are terrible items. You know what? This will be a good one to do speeding on, a non-combative run. We're going to hit those time doors. Oh boy. Yeah. I've been playing so much. It's, yeah. We're going to go work our way through these runs, different ideas for different builds. We're going to do this one. It's going to be a non-combative. We're going to just pour our scrolls into brutality. Just pour it into brutality. I think we will take the lifesteal, though. I think I use the lifesteal more than I think. And, I mean, it's not a lot of regen. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. We're going to do a couple of targeted runs, different goals for different play styles for a few more, and then we're going to look at wrapping it up if we don't meet some success with that. And then I'll just focus on my skills in my own time. If I get better, maybe we'll return to the series. If not, maybe we'll just let it sit in the past and die here and move on to some of the more narrative focused games that I've been looking at. But until then, thanks very much. See you soon.